Congressman. It's a pleasure to welcome you back to your old neighborhood. We're thrilled to have you back here. We grew up together a street apart, so it's typical Rhode Island in the way that everyone still comes full circle back to where their roots are from. So Congressman Langevin, Congressman Cicilline, Senator Miller used to be my senator until he no longer has a portion of Warwick in his district, and the last redistricting gave me an unused state senator. But thank you all for being here, and I want to commend Congressman Langevin for choosing Pawtucket Village. The oldest village in New England, and the only village that is separated into two separate communities. And so there are lots of really historically important and vibrant reasons why climate change is going to affect some really treasured areas of our community, and we need to be talking about that. And so instead of consistently just saying, okay, we know that the modeling shows that such and such an area will be underwater, or this is going to change for X amount of miles that are going to be affected. Congressman Langevin's legislation has really looked at, let's tackle it from another direction as well. And I think that's really important. So as we saw recently in Hurricane Harvey, and watching that horrible footage of people being flooded out of their homes and out of their neighborhoods, it certainly brought back the memories of 2010, where we had neighborhoods, including this one, flooded and people unable to use the Pawtucket River Bridge for several days, as we had to assess damage as to whether or not it was still a safe and viable place for people to be able to cross. And those are the types of things that we need to really focus on, and we need to be thinking about. As most of you know, the Warwick Sewer Authority just completed a brand new levee, which will take us to a 500-year flood level, which is exciting for us, but sad that we hadn't even get to that point. And it's sad that we had to think about how we're making that happen. And then in this city, we also have been working with the URI Coastal Resource Center, their Green Infrastructure Program, on changes that we can make to rain gardens and impervious spaces and impervious surfaces down in Oakland Beach, so that we have some better ability to respond to changes in climate in that area of the city as well. So when you look at this legislation and we see that climate change is a serious national security issue, it's not just an issue for coastlines, it's an issue for overall general national security. And when we look at climate instability, we understand that instability in the geopolitics and impact it's going to have on America's military operations as well. So if you think about a 3-foot rise in sea level, 3 foot, that will threaten the operation of more than 128 United States military sites. When you start looking at those type of numbers, you know that we have to take some action, and we need to think about how we're going to protect ourselves for the future. So what I'm here to do today is to say thank you to Congressman Langevin for introducing this. Thank you to Congressman Cicilline for all of his work in Washington, and to tell you that cities like Warwick are willing to be able and ready partners as we continue to see how we can protect our coastline from the changes that we know are inevitable and are coming our way. Thank you, Congressman.
Thanks, Liz.